tell us why Ugandans still believe in President Musevin.
You can say that one, Musevin had a calling, an anointment from God.
Okay.
Who gave him this mission?
In the 1986, when he was swearing in, what was the victory? The Ugandans are happy, people are excited. How did it feel to you people after your victory?
You know, it's like when you have jumped out of a fire and all of a sudden there is a swimming pool. The situation before 1986 was tough on people. People being killed day and night, people losing their businesses.
Good evening, viewers, and today we are privileged to have Colonel Samson Mande, RO 069. Colonel Samson Mande, good evening, sir.
Good evening to you.
People hear about you from independence when you came back. People want to know, who is Colonel Samson Mande?
Colonel Samson Mande. First of all, I want to greet you, all our viewers. I'm privileged to have an evening with you and put across a message as we prepare to swear in our dear President, Musevin, whom you all know. It took us to campaign the whole month to make him win. He was a candidate, and now he's going to be sworn in as the President of the Republic again. So Colonel Samson Mande is one of the freedom fighters whose victory and achievement we are here to celebrate, and the gains of the revolution that I happen to be one of the founders are all over to be celebrated and protected. So I'm here as a member of the revolution, NRM revolution, a senior citizen, and a member of the Uganda People's Defense Force.
Yeah, thank you very much, Colonel Samson Mande. During the campaign, you have had protecting the gain. What are the gains?
First and foremost, the gain is freedom. Freedom of speech, freedom of association, freedom of assembly, freedom of choice, that Ugandans can go out, campaign, and elect, and their voices matter in choosing who becomes the next leader of theirs. Freedom is very important. We cannot take it for granted. The second reason, the second gain, is peace. Nothing happens if there was no peace. You cannot set up a business. Farmers cannot tend their gardens. They cannot produce. Schools do not function. The economy cannot work where there is no peace. You can take an example of our neighbors, like the Democratic Republic of Congo. I can call it the richest country in the world in terms of natural resources. Very hard-working people, 100 million population. But because there is no peace, that country is lagging like it has gone back to Stone Age. The peace we cherish is again we must protect. The third point is the economic recovery. The GDP moved from billions to trillions. Roads, every district is connected by a Tamakadamized road. Millions of children report to school and study. Kampala, which was 7 hills, can you even count the number of hills the city has engulfed? There are over 1,000 hills. You can't even get a plot to purchase and build in the city. It's all built up. That means that economy worked and is working. The goods that we used to import from Kenya, we had become just a market of the industries in Kenya. But we produce our own goods. To the extent that we can even manufacture trucks. As we talk, we are exporting buses. 700 of them are being exported to the Republic of South Africa.
Yes, with Kira Motors.
Who knew? People used it even to go and smuggle cars from South Africa through all those countries to Uganda. But now we are exporting cars, trucks to South Africa and other countries. The oil was discovered. Exploration is going on. Production is about to start. The economy has tremendously grown. Now, if we don't protect that economic gain, then we are fools. I mean, to mention a few, but those are the gains. You know, the gender balance, that now women and girls and boys can achieve their dreams without discrimination from gender. That Uganda has become one. That is a very important gain. That we have an army that has grown in size and in capacity to the extent that countries hire the UPDF, the Uganda Army, to go and keep peace in different countries. Those are the gains that we must protect and build on. I know there are many more things to do, but at least we have some important gains, the foundation for us to become a super economic, political, and military power.
Thank you very much, Kano. You see, as a child of NRA, there is what we used to tell us in 1981, and today is 2026. What has changed? The Ugandans would love to know what happened in 1981, as today is 2026. What is the difference? What really happened between there and then?
Definitely, 1986 ushered in a fundamental change. This is not a new word.
Yeah.
And people thought we were joking when our leader, the leader of the National Resistance Army, President Musevin, said, what we have ushered in is not a change of guards, but a fundamental change. They thought we were joking. Because we dressed in rags, people didn't take us serious because by then we didn't have big stomachs.
Yes, yeah.
People didn't take us serious. They thought, how can this make a change? But all sectors began to function. Agriculture, which only produced, apart from coffee, the produce was for home domestic consumption.
What Musevin says is shida shonka.
So now, even those beans have become an export material for bringing in foreign exchange. Tourism has grown tremendously.
But you had coffee, you had cotton by then.
Yes, we had those were the only things we had. But today you hear somebody exporting bananas, exporting potatoes, exporting maize, exporting everything has every crop has become an export material because of the good economic policies that the government of NRM has introduced. And the fiscal discipline that the shilling remains stable has given Ugandans confidence, and that confidence is the one which has yielded much of what you see. Ugandans are investing in the economy. Ugandans are investing in their country. Foreigners are bringing in investments. That is a big change. Whereas in '86, foreigners and other investors were running away. Ugandans were running away seeking refugee status in other countries. Now Ugandans have come back.
Because people don't...
Instead, we are receiving refugees and protecting refugees from many countries. Don't you see the paradigm shift?
Yes.
There is a paradigm shift since 1986. When millions of people were running away from the country, it's now the same country receiving millions of refugees.
Because my grandfather used to tell me about the gasos, these buses. Tell these young men and youth of our generation, what happened in that time? What was the transport? What was the market?
In 1986, actually, you could count the number of bus companies.
Yes.
UTC, People's Bus Company. Then you talked about Gaso. How many others? You are not...
I was not born.
You were not born, but since you were not born, let me tell you, we didn't have up to 10 companies in the country. But now every district has about 10 bus companies.
Yes.
They are all operating.
So which makes
I can't count them.
Which is a development.
This is a big development from a few buses companies to, and even the government that no longer operates such a business. It has left it for the citizens to enjoy. There is no monopoly. Then there was a monopoly of government, and people were doing just a few lines of businesses. But the government pulled out of doing businesses and allowed people to, the private sector grew. And that is a very big difference. In 1986, we depended on government companies. Now it is the government depending on the people's companies. Don't you see the change?
Yes. You see, like people wanted to know who is Colonel Samson Mande. Could you give us a small hint of the war? Because we have read books about you when you are with a bicycle from Kampala to Kasese. Could you please give us, want to understand what happened in the bush?
I think much of that you wait for it in the book I'm writing, No More Tears of Justice, because it's a long story.
Yes.
I can't sum it up in one interview. But the Samson Mande is just one of the people that went in 1981 under the leadership of the dear leader, President Yoweri Musevin, and we worked hard, sacrificed to build what became now the huge army everybody is admiring. But not only building the huge army, but putting together an ideology that created the political line we are following. It's the political, the military achievements and the political achievements that have yielded the gains you are talking about. We developed the military line for a long time, the political line for a long time, and now you are seeing the results. And I'm happy to be just one of those that sacrificed. I don't regret the time and the suffering we went through. I only regret that many of our comrades did not come to see what they fought for. We lost so many comrades along the way that we must remember, and it is because of their blood that we are now breathing freely in this country. We must remember them. History is written. We cannot put it aside, and there are historians, historicals who wrote that history. Some are living, some are dead, but even those who died, many have left us with their children, the children of the struggle. They are also historicals.
Yes.
The families of the struggle, they are also historicals. I cherish them because I could be one of them who lost their lives, but God had his plan that I see the gains we fought for, and I appreciate God. I thank God that I'm still alive, and I'm one of the historicals that will keep reminding you, the young people, and others, the history of the struggle. I am not apologetic. I will continue to do this.
We hear the 27 guns. Colonel Samson Mande, when did you join the struggle?
In 1981, on the 13th of February.
Where?
I entered the bush in Mukono, here in Munamugongo.
Yeah.
We were 3 of us who led the camp that was later to be called Mwanga.
Yes.
We had General Matayo Chaligonza, who led the way, the late Major Nyansio Bamwanga, the artillery officer who actually started the motor division in the bush. We also, me, then others continued to be recruited, like the late Ahmad Kashirinji also joined us in Mukono. Later on, Afande Saleh came and joined us in Mukono. We formed a great unit called Mwanga. From 3 people with 3 guns, it became a battalion.
3 guns? Okay.
Isn't it miraculous?
That was so interesting. That was the idea.
The long story about such things are coming in a book. I can't explain them very well in a very short time.
From 3 guns to the tremendous development that we see in Uganda today.
Now, from 3 guns in Mukono, we developed a unit called Mwanga.
Yes.
From 27 guns, not actually, they were not up to 27 guns, but 27 people.
Yes.
That kick-started the Bush War struggle in Kabamba. And all this became a formidable force called the National Resistance Army. With its political wing, the National Resistance Movement, which is now leading the country, and whose president we are going to swear in next week.
when we look at the Ugandans still believe in President Musevin, and we have been going through the democracy and voting. And tell us why Ugandans still believe in President Musevin. Why do you think?
I can say that one, Musevin had a calling, an anointment from God.
Okay.
Who gave him this mission? Some of the things that he does or he did are not explainable scientifically. He's a genius. He led us through thick and thin. Through thick and thin. Under very hard conditions. And you hold a force together. When they have no ammunition, no money, no food, but they continue to fight because there was a cause. And him being the good leader he is, he was able to articulate the cause. And we were able to grasp easily what he was preaching. Therefore, we followed him wholeheartedly. We gave him all the support. And the other thing is, he is very consistent. What he told you yesterday is still the same, like what he's telling you today.
Yes.
His consistency makes him loved. His message is clear. We loved him because of the message. When you love someone because of the message, he becomes the Messiah. And when he's consistent, and when he is there, leading by example, not just preaching and others doing the work. He was there with us. He led us. And even when we took power, it is the same message. Those who have been keenly listening to him, what he preached in 1986 is the same thing he's preaching. So his consistency, his strong message, the strong cause, and being there for the nation. The people love him because they know he is there for them.
Okay.
Look, everybody has some plus and minuses, but the pluses of this president of ours outweigh the minuses. True, error is human. He can make mistakes here and there. He can be misled. But he's always on the right path. He's not turning left and right. Turning left and right. He's never been a confusing agent.
How did it feel in the 1986 when he was swearing in? What was the victory? The Ugandans are happy. People are excited. How did it feel to you people after your victory?
You know, it's like when you have jumped out of a fire and all of a sudden there is a swimming pool and you go there and you are enjoying the water, the cool water. The situation before 1986 was tough on people. People being killed day and night. People losing their businesses without compensation. These days I hear somebody in the market, when it catches fire, the government goes there to compensate. But they would come and burn a market, burn buses, burn shops, loot whatever they want.
So it was
There
a night
was
of
mayhem.
joy. So it was a night of joy.
So
Night of
that day,
celebration.
when people saw the forces that had become what I may term as forces of evil, being kicked out, running away, and the liberators are in who speak the language they want to hear. It felt good for the people of Uganda. And we too, the liberators, felt good. We say, hey, our dream has come true.
So as we are entering the 12th of this month, May 2026, are we going to still feel the same joy you felt? Are you going to feel the same joy you felt in 1986 on the Swelling? Is it the same feel?
Yes, definitely, because it awakened the sleep that sometimes comes in you, and you start forgetting. But on such an occasion, you even remember how many rivers you crossed.
Oh, yes.
You even remember where you buried a comrade.
Yes.
You even remember to check on the children of the comrades who passed away. You remember the revolution. So for us who were there, such an occasion that keeps you in the memory of the revolution is a great occasion. That one of our own is still leading. And the person we trust is still leading. That the person who led us through fire is still the one the people are giving them the mantle to lead us. It's a great occasion for us, we the liberators, but even for the nation. Those who, I know many of us can have short memories, but not all of us. Millions of people remember where we came from, and you will see them dancing.
Oh, yes.
Do not think they are dancing just for money. There could be a few dancing for money, but you will see people shedding tears.
Ladies and gentlemen,
because of joy, tears of joy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Colonel Samson Mande, RO 069, a liberation bush war. As we're entering the 12th of May, where we are going to swear in our dear President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, where people are going to be in Kororo, in their houses, on TVs. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Colonel Samson Mande, today there's peace, security. What's the difference in security of 1981 and the present? Do you think, why did you people go to bush, and then why is the security today better than the 86, 81?
In 1980, those days, and even while you went to the bush, the governments in power were dictatorial. They abused the power and public affairs. There was no order. So what would have become security, they offered the insecurity state. From security, they shifted to insecurity. They caused the insecurity against the people they were leading. They were governing. They became rulers rather than leaders. That's the difference. Today, we have leaders who have ushered in security. People go home after midnight. I drove somewhere after midnight and people were still in the market selling things. Everybody was rushing by 4. to get out of the city.
Why?
In those days of the 1980s, when the governments of the day had caused insecurity and not provided security to the people.
But the leader Obote was elected by Ugandans by then.
The election was disputed. We saw dead bodies. And actually, it's the dispute, among other reasons why we took to the bush, is that we lost hope in changing leadership through election. When we saw that it's not the ballot which mattered, it was the bullet which mattered. Because even the late Obote had declared categorically that those who are in the opposition, how many generals have they? Meaning they have no guns. He didn't ask how many votes can they garner. So don't you see that it's now a big difference? We go to vote, not to shoot. Then, when it became clear to us that it was the bullet which mattered, we had to go to the bush, pick the bullet and use it, speak the same language and kick them out so that we can restore people power, people to choose their leaders. And that is what is happening. A paradigm shift again.
Today Musevin has won
from bullet to ballot.
Today Musevin has won with 71.5%. What does it show? What does it mean?
I guess it could have been more. But I could read some incompetencies in the way the elections were managed.
He even said they rigged his votes.
It is very true. If elections were to be managed perfectly, President Musevin should be around 80%, 80 to 90%. But that is enough, what he got, 70%. He got it willfully, and the people appreciate his service. They appreciate him as a leader. They have confidence in the system. And they want to see the gains protected and continuing to grow. That is why he got a lot of votes.
As we are towards the inauguration, what does it mean to Ugandans? Does it mean democracy? Does it mean development? Does it mean, as a freedom fighter, what does it mean? Does it mean anything to you?
Of course, it gives the leader the confidence to go and do his business in office, knowing that he has the endorsement of the majority of Ugandans. But when you go to do work which when you think you are not appreciated, you are not, you don't deliver as well as when you know you have the confidence of the people. The projects you are doing, the programs you are doing, the people are appreciating. It gives the leader the courage. And that means more development. That means more gains. That means more security, more peace, more gains to be protected.
In your time of the Bush War, when you had liberated, you had the 10 programs, one of it was PDM. Why didn't it start before?
You know, Rome was not built in one day. We had to start from somewhere. We were talking about almost empty treasury coffers. There was no money. You had to create capital before you start sharing capital. You had to build systems. You had to build capacity. We couldn't do it just after 1 year. There is a transition period in which you build capacity, you accumulate resources year after year, and now there is enough to distribute to PDM, to build roads, school programs, free education, free medical care. All these will come. But you're not God who says, let there be an ocean, and there it is. So the situation warranted that we needed time to evolve a system and put together the economy, and also to put together the country. The country was in shambles.
So what you're trying to mean, PDM came into the right time?
Yeah, it's coming in at the right time because there is the money in the first place. There was no money then.
Do you see agriculture in 5 years due to PDM grow far and bigger?
It is one thing to have the money in place, to put projects in place, but there are always some challenges in the implementation. It may not develop at the pace, at the speed you want it, because of some of the challenges that the government or the people in PDM may face. Some of the people who are recipients of the PDM may not have grasped what it is for instance. Awareness. Is everybody aware of how to utilize the PDM money? Some will say, oh, this is a thank you envelope from the dear leader, the magnanimous leader, and they started drinking it. Some other officials in the PDM line may think, why should I give you 100% to the beneficiaries? I'm retaining 40% or 50%. So some of those things are the ones which may not help the PDM to grow as fast as it is planned. The corruption is around, and it's a big problem that this nation needs to tackle.
You as a freedom fighter, what's the solution there for corruption?
Given chance. Only in 6 months I can help to kick out corruption.
But we have had corruption for over 25 years.
Yeah, but you know, corruption is like that kawukumi the president always talks about. It eats your knees, it eats your pillars, it kicks out the Mondays, it kicks out the serious people. Before you know, when you see the pillar of the house, you think it is strong. But if you touch it like this, because the kawukumis have been eating it, it might collapse. And you don't have to collapse it before you put another what? A strong one. So after all these years, and the fact that our dear president has realized that the NRM has been infested by the kawukumis, the political will to kick corruption out is there. And people to fight corruption, we are here.
Yeah, because you on independence.
Now we can comfortably say, let us fight the kawukumi, because we lean on the leader who has understood the case. If we are given chance, we would help him to kick corruption out of here in a very short time, because you know It's about information. Who has eaten what, who has diverted what, who is sitting on which project. And this being an information age. And some of us have acquired the knowledge and technology on how to dig information, how to get to spread information. We can help the government to say, please, let Conrad return 1 billion he has just taken, and you give him precise, accurate information in real time, and the political will he has against the corruption, he will kick you out. But when you send some people to investigate a case, and they are also infested by Kawukun,
They are affected.
they are affected. It will take 5 years that they are investigating a case. We've not got enough information. You can't prosecute, you can't arrest. The president's hands have been tied, whereas he wants to fight corruption. But we have methods and modern techniques that we have applied in other countries. Now that we are back, we are willing to help in such. If we fought bad governments and kicked them out, we can go and fight these Kagukumis out of offices and out of projects, and the country will run at a very terrific speed. Uganda has a lot of money. It's not the issue of lack of funds. But when you are not towing the same, the government, the president is creating good projects for the people, and the people are not receiving them, and maybe they are receiving half or a quarter of what the president wants them to get. And this must stop.
On Independence Day, when you came back after 25 years in exile, you promised the president that if you come back with solutions. So what are those solutions? Is corruption one of the solutions?
Corruption is high on the agenda. It's among the fights I'm willing to fight. Underdevelopment. There are many villages where you go and you see people with no program, no project, and you wonder how they progress.
But we have the GROW, we have the PDM, we have the Myoga.
We have heard so many slogans. Didn't the president bring up a good idea called the Ntandikwa?
Ntandikwa scheme, yes.
Later on, it was nowhere to be traced. Then he came up with another brilliant idea. Bona bagagawari. When I went to the villages, Bona, where are the bagaga? The bagaga, the bagaga are not quite many. Oh, we still have millions. But he wanted all of us, all Ugandans bagagawari, and the resources to do that were there. It didn't happen. They said perhaps NADS can bail us out and make everybody rich. Then after a few years, NADS did not take the riches to everybody. There came Operation Wealth Creation. So there have been very good, well-intentioned projects, highly facilitated. But because of the Kawukumi element, so many people, so many Ugandans are still languishing in poverty. And that is not justice. We have to do justice by helping the government projects to take off and reach the people they are meant to be beneficiaries. So I have some projects that I came with that could help bridge the gap. I have some projects that can offer solutions even where the government funds may not reach. I also have solutions of increasing the direct international, the investment capital that can flow from abroad to the country to help the people in the private sector to uplift their lives. I have some solutions I can teach. Can teach quite a number of Ugandans to have some skills that they can use to harness the natural resources or do their business and overcome. Those are the solutions I was talking about. But even the solution to fight corruption is the one I excel in, because I have practiced it. I have practiced it in a number of countries where I was employed. And I believe in my country I will do better.
Yeah, this was Colonel Samson Monday on our first segment of today's program. We shall continue for the next program. But before we continue, before we finish up, could you please summarize what message do you have for Ugandans who are celebrating, who are there jubilating, who are not sleeping, waiting for the 12th?
The message to Ugandans who are preparing themselves, I've seen many rehearsing to celebrate, is that first of all I congratulate them for having returned the president of their wish, President Musevin. I want to congratulate him, the President Musevin. If he was not such a good leader, the people would not be celebrating this victory.